Is the market in trouble? Is this a good time to buy? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into the questions that's on everybody's mind. Is the real estate market in trouble? Is now a good time to buy? Hello, this is Tash. I am from Real Brokerage. Joining me today, the CEO and the broker of record of Cornerstone Marketing Realty, Johnson Chen, and Andy Lam, the real estate experts who have been closely following the market. So let's get straight to it.
Is this a right time to contemplate and think about real estate right now?
Well, I think it depends on your client's situation, and basically, I think a couple years ago, the market, everyone is buying pre-construction specifically for investment because there is obvious appreciation over time in a couple of years. So a lot of people were buying because they can make quick money. And I think in our profession, we should look at each individual client individually, separately, and try to understand what stage that they're life at and what is their need. And we should service the client based on their need and provide the advice based on what they want in the future, not just right now, but also in the next 5 or 10 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the question is, if that person is something that they need, you feel that, it's time to maybe move to a bigger place. Because right now, there are a lot of options for you to upsize, right? But for investors, some people, they might need to hold on to the property longer, or in a situation, I am going through financial trouble, I lost my job, then maybe it's time for them to sell the property because they don't have a choice. So it really depends on the situation. For someone who is based on their need, then it is a good time to buy. After all, it is a buyer market right now. Whether you're looking into the resale or pre-construction, there's a lot of good pricing, more affordable pricing for a lot of people. So whoever looking to upsize or downsize, it is a good time to buy right now, if that situation applicable for your client.
Well, perfect.
Yeah, it's a good
How
point.
long have you been in real estate?
I've been almost 9 years at this point. I've been doing part-time and I have a different job as well. So almost 9 years. So
Almost 9. So you entered doing real estate in 2016.
16. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Did you know that was the perfect year to go into real estate?
Yeah, I didn't know that time, but now I see that was a perfect time.
So that really brings out the idea that real estate is best when you're looking back. In hindsight, is 2020. Right?
Yeah.
And then I think back to the question about the timing right now. I'm sure 10 years from now, so we're in 2024, by the time 2034, 10 years from now, I'll be 10 years older, you'll be 10 years more beautiful, more mature, and you, I don't know, 10 years have gone by. But in 10 years' time, in 2034, we're going to look back at 2024 and say, that was a very, very interesting year. It was a pivotal. Between 2024 and 2025, there were so many questions in the marketplace. But then, 10 years from now, those have all been resolved, and then we've seen that we'll say the same thing.
Exactly.
That was the best time to enter.
That's what I was going to say. So probably we'll say, 2024 or 2025 was a perfect time to buy in 10 years.
Exactly. So that's beautiful. So the adage is that you buy real estate and just wait.
Correct.
You don't wait to buy real estate.
Exactly.
That is the golden rule.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And I think that same applies for different types of investment too. So let's say someone who maybe have a different kind of portfolio, like a diversified portfolio, where they have maybe like stocks, U.S. stock, Canadian stocks, and there's different types of product, and like you have growth stock that fluctuate a lot, and there's very steady stocks that give you dividends, and in real estate too, where you buy some area that there's a steady kind of growth over time if you're looking at the 5 to 10 year timeline. So even real estate, within real estate, there's different location and product that you can buy, but typically maybe go after location that is more steady, and you know that you can look at location that you know whether the market is not great or great, there's still a lot of desirability. Those maybe if the client prefers something safer, then that would be a better location to look at. There's some location that maybe is two-dimensional. In that case, there might be more impact when the market is not doing good. So I think overall, whether what kind of investment is good as a realtor, you kind of advise, okay, based on your situation and how much you can endure and hold, what is your trajectory with this investment? I think that's how you go about it, to have that discussion with the client to get to understand what they're trying to achieve. Is it a short-term, mid-term, or long-term? And overall, real estate is considered a long-term investment. If you look at the numbers, like back in 10 years or 20 years, the slope have been going steadily over time.
Right. So at this point, what kind of age group are focusing on investing in this type of condos or the new pre-construction?
That's a great question. I think Johnson.
I think for the target audience, people that actually buy into real estate right now, especially at the Unionville, it will be 35 plus. So we're looking at an age group between 35, 45, 45, 55, 55 to 65. And each of these bands are a little bit different. We are not the really, because Markham is one of the best municipalities.
Right.
And there's so much going on there. And actually, if you're the 20-something, and I'm looking back, when I was 20-something, I don't really think about investments.
Correct.
I think more about beer, party, and everything else.
Right.
And then so I think this, in order to appreciate what this community has to offer, it really takes a little bit of more depth. And so I think by the time our buyers, once you hit that 30-something just means that you start to think about pretty soon it will be late 30s, kids, family, growth, value systems, who your neighbors are. You start thinking and concerned about, I want to pick my neighbors. I want to select good people to call my neighbors.
Right.
That is what's important. That will be the 30-something. And then the 40-something are looking for, okay, I want a place that I feel I'm part of and is safe and is also inclusive and is very, let's call it, very comfortable.
Right.
What that means is that comfortable means that I feel at ease. I think that is the operative word, and that's what all our buyers have been talking about. I step into that particular location, I can see myself in it, I really feel I belong there, and they could really close their eyes and say, I can see myself living and enjoying my life there. And then once you hit the 45 to 55, now you're looking to say, I'm really trying to find a place to nurture my family and be close to my family. We have buyers that are coming from different parts of the city, and with the planning and intent that I'm going to move my whole family into this heart of Markham.
Right.
And we got buyers that came from Stouffville.
Oh yeah.
Because a long time ago, Stouffville was really cheap.
Correct.
And there are families that moved up there, but then they soon realized that just going on Highway 48 up and down and trying to get from, not just saying Stouffville is out of nowhere, it's just that if they really want shopping, if they really want good restaurants, if they want a really hang out, and most of their friends are still in Markham.
Right.
But they move up to Stouffville in search of a bigger lot and a nicer home.
Right.
They got that, but then they realized that lifestyle
It's
is
different.
more than that.
Right.
It's more than just how big your frontage is. It's actually talking about what can you do within the time that you have to spend with people that you care about. And definitely, it's more than just looking at, oh, I got nice crown moldings and everything. That goes, but it only goes so far. And you start realize that I actually yearn to be closer to my friends because I don't want to keep driving like over half an hour.
Right.
After the dinner, track back out to Stouffville, And then so we have families that start looking and say, I want to come back into it because my mom and dad is in Markham and I want to retrench back to closer to home. And that's what we find.
I think that's kind of we learned from the COVID too, right? So when the COVID started, people had a chance to work remotely, so they went a little far, but now they wanted to come back. Now they want this type of community.
Absolutely. The post-COVID, it really opens up the opportunity for people to reconnect and to realize and value and treasure face-to-face, like what we're doing, sitting down, having conversations, and those are really
That's
immensely
matter, right?
valuable.
Exactly. That has a lot of values. That wrap up the conversation with Johnson and Andy. Thank you both for sharing such valuable insights on today's real estate market. For viewers, whether you are buying, selling, or even staying informed, understanding the market, where it's heading, it's the key. If you found the video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.